Hi, vickiecrystalynn here. So I've been getting this message to share my life. And yeah, it's like the switch just clicked today, and I'm going to share about when I discovered I'm not from this world. And most of us aren't from this world. So I'm just going to allow it to flow how it comes forward. I've tapped into my knowing, and so it will come with no emotions, and it's not coming from the mind, it's coming from my knowing. And so I might have emotions, but more likely not too much, because it's like a part of me that I've lived, but I've let it go, and it's just in the big space of me, and it's like the library of my life, and it just taps into all I've ever been, all I know. So, in the way I'm going to explain this story, oh my God, my cat's in my lap and he's shedding. That's what I'm kind of doing too. Because for the next 30 days, every day, I will be putting up a 10-minute video about how I discovered that I'm not from this planet. And in that story of mine, I'm going to show you from my perception now, and I hope that it helps you. It helps you to understand your own story. So I want you to know that everybody here is in a safe place with me. What I mean by that is, if you are triggered or if you feel uncomfortable with what I'm saying, just know I'm a reflection of you, of stuff that you need to work out. So if it feels heavy, brings heavy emotions to you, then go into space, sit in nature and tap in and bring what that's bringing up. So I'm only here to send love. And in sharing my story, it's incredible. It's incredible. So it has a lot to do with aliens, and who I am, and who a lot of us are. So we have labeled them, like so many different names. But actually we come from all, because we all are all. So, areas that you feel that you're stronger, that you, like, I feel that I'm Larian because the Larians came to me. So, and they're from a different, an old ancient solar system, and they actually ended up destroying their planet. And they're here to teach us, and I'm part of that. And the thing is that when you start tapping into who you are, it feels so big and uncomfortable because it's not recognizable to you. And it shifts and it changes. It never stays the same. So even with my gifts, they have shifted and changed. And through this whole time since I woke up in July 15th, 2012. And it all happened on, for about a year and a half, I was in and out of the hospital. And it was for my pancreas. So a doctor years before that had done surgery on my gallbladder, hit my pancreas, and so scar tissue formed. So it closed off my pancreas. So it had to be in the hospital for months. So I was like really at the end of my life. I was like done being in the hospital, done being in all this pain that I was going through, and done being on pills. And so I was sitting at the computer, and my daughter walks in, and she tells me, "Mom, we watched this documentary today at school, and you need to watch it." And I was like, "What is it?" And she goes, "It's sun gazing." And so she was telling me about it, and then we looked it up on the computer, and I was like, I want to try this. I felt it big time. So But I do want to share, when I was done at my life, I was contemplating suicide in my life at that time. So this completely changed my full direction in my life when my daughter walked in and said that to me. So we looked up sun gazing, and I was like, oh my God. So all my daughters had came over that night, and we were all talking about the sun gazing. And so we decided to do it. And when you start sun gazing, you do it for 10 seconds. Bare feet on the ground, just gaze at the sun, at either in the an hour as the sun rises and an hour as it sets. So, and you just kind of, gaze into the sun. So beautiful. Then you drink water. It energizes your body so much. I was like, oh my God, I felt good in my body for the first time. And so much energy was coming through my body. I landed on the ground on my knees. It was powerful, powerful, powerful. So my daughters get me up, and we all walk over to the table, and I was like, what did you guys feel? And my one daughter goes, I felt like I was on meth, because she used to be on meth. And she goes, that rush of energy, that rush of pure joy, that rush of everything. And I was like, wow. And all my other daughters, they felt something too. They all felt really good in their body, and it just really helped them. So I was tapped in. I'm doing it. Well, my daughters did it for a couple days, but they were seeing changes in me that scared them. The first day I seen in the sun, when I was gazing into the sun, was a huge angel, and it was like floating towards me, and it was like I took on that angel, and it was just, oh my God, so freaking beautiful. Well, each day it increased, and with sun gazing you increase 10 seconds every day. So you increase it 10 seconds, 10 seconds. On 3 days you would do 30 seconds. So you just do it every day, and you can do it morning and night, and that's what I was doing. So when I sun gazed, I started seeing things like I see people. I started seeing spirit, and I started seeing angels. And on the third day of sun gazing, Jesus actually walked up to me, and I couldn't see his face, but his whole body, his whole presence. And he had on these sandals like you would see on a movie, and a white like cloak. And he handed me like a chalice, and this overwhelming feeling came over me. It was empty because I looked in it, and it was like, fill it up. And he handed it to me, and this beautiful, beautiful, overpowering love just engulfed me. So we're coming up on 10 minutes, because I will do 10-minute videos every day, and I'm going to do 30 days. So we're going to stop there, and then I will bring you back to the next part. Each time that I connect, I will put it up on Facebook. I mean, on Facebook. That's so funny I said that. On YouTube first, and then it'll be put up on TikTok, because you can only do one video a day, and for 30 days. That went in October. So I'm getting away from TikTok and moving over to YouTube. So if you want to follow me on vickiecrystalynn, and I will explain how I discovered how I'm not from this world. I send love to you all, and I am, I have so many labels that I could say that I am, but I'm just Vickie crystalynn. I'm here in my authentic being of who I am, and I'm sharing my story because it is time, and it is time to see this world differently. We're seeing the sun, and it looks different. The sun didn't change, we changed. We changed into a new level of us, and this sun is brighter because we are brighter. So it's matching what we are. So, this hair from my cat, but it feels so beautiful because he is grounding me